Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, the national anthem, and the alma mater. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Join hands and voices, sing as one, in friendship unified, with loyalty that forms a bond, made strong by Chatham pride. May her torch of learning light our ways, may we never forget our cooler days, and evermore we'll loudly praise our noble Chatham High.
Please be seated.
Okay. Welcome, teachers, students, faculty members, administration, and family members to the graduation of Chatham High School's class of 2015. I'm honored to be standing here amongst the class of 280 bright, ambitious, hard-working senior classmen. But I'm also a little nervous. Surprise, surprise, I know, because when am I not freaking out? But this is a big freaking deal. It's high school graduation, the culmination of our blood, sweat, and tears over the past 4 years. Everything we've worked for, lost sleep over, cried over, laughed over, and smiled over boils down to a single sheet of paper. It's pretty ironic, actually. Coming from someone who spent the majority of the past 4 years panicking until the early hours of the morning over portfolios, AP physics exams, timed essays I never had control over, and Señor Montoya's pruebitas, which were never as pequeña, small, o fácil, easy as he promised. I can't assure any of you that becoming valedictorian was worth any of the sacrifices I had to make. By sacrifices, of course, I'm referring to sleep and sanity, which always came second to studying. Nonetheless, I'm here, standing before you, expected to offer up some advice, a few poignant anecdotes, and life-changing sentiments. But I've never even written a speech. I'm laughing because Cameron Bazowski ran for student council offices in middle school and could probably whip something up much more eloquent for the occasion. Alas, that job rests on my shoulders, so here goes nothing. About 3 weeks ago, I started writing this speech, attacking it as I would any other assignment, research. I scoured the internet in search of a beacon of light that would illuminate the pathway to crafting the perfect speech. But all I could think was, where is Parth Shah when I need him? Anyways, my conclusion was this. Successful graduation speeches follow the same basic formula: a quote, a metaphor, and a kick-butt closing. So using the only information I had handy, I attempted to write this speech roughly according to the template. As promised, I'll start with a quote. This particular quotation from Mother Teresa has been hanging in my room, painted on a white canvas, for 6 years. So I've had a lot of time to mull it over. Quote, "People are often unreasonable and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you find happiness, people may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today may be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give your best anyway. For you see, in the end, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway." End quote. As we embark on each of our incredible journeys into adulthood, into the workforce, and into the real world, don't leave any regrets. Work your hardest. Be the best versions of yourselves. Build character. Bring life to the world around you, even when the world seems to be against you. Because at the end of the day, you have to live in your bodies. You have to live with yourselves. If we can leave this world feeling we've made our best efforts and done our best work, then we've been successful. Our best is all anyone can ask for or be expected to achieve. So leave the small things behind. The football game losses, the physical tests we perpetually fail, the mean girls talking behind our backs at parties, and remember what matters. Remember that you've tried your best, and if there is any room for improvement, you'll make your best effort to get there. Moving on. Part 2, the metaphor. Who here knows how to play golf? People? Yes? Okay. Who here is watching the US Open? Because it's on right now, this weekend. It's a good game, okay. Who here has at least seen a golf ball? Everyone? Good, okay. Well, next on the docket is a metaphor, and more often than not, the game of golf can be related to any of life's battles. For those of you that don't play the game, I'll try my hardest to relate it to our journey thus far. I have before me a Tupperware container full of golf balls, 4 in total, each a different brand and model. Each ball represents a year of high school. The first symbolizing freshman year, the second sophomore year, and so on. Starting from the top, I have a Titleist Pro V1X. This is a sleek ball, it's a shiny ball, and it's a new ball. One of the most popular brands on tour, this ball is made to go the distance and maximize the impact your club makes with the ground. This is freshman year. We were shiny and new, ready to tackle the next 4 years with force in order to create a prosperous future for ourselves. We were pure and untouched. Next year, however, we found our groove and took a little bit of a mental beating. Sophomore year could be characterized by lots of hard work without a clear, tangible reward in sight. All I can remember from that year is studying until my head was about to explode. So I present you with this worn Bridgestone ball. The grooves are dirtied and have lost that glassy touch typical of a new ball. Now it's rough around the edges due to the wear and tear of everyday play. High school began to shape us, molding us like malleable pieces of clay. Whether we liked it or not, we were changing. learning to work harder and manage our time better, learning to strive for the very best grades, even though college and graduation were a long ways away. We were fighting for a distant, blurry goal, but it was one we knew we wanted to achieve. Now, at the end of junior year, I felt a little bit like this. The ball is broken in half. If I were to strike either half of the ball with any of my clubs, it wouldn't travel much more than a couple of feet because it isn't whole. I didn't feel like a whole person. By the end of junior year, I realized that I had spent the totality of my time working and testing and studying some more to take some more tests. So fun wasn't really my #1 priority with college applications looming in the distance. But senior year really wasn't as treacherous as I'd once expected it to be. Sure, I had to fill out 9 college applications and write countless essays, which, let's be real, basically restated the same thing in a different number of words. But at the end of the year, I found myself whole again. In every match I've ever played over the course of high school, each girl was required to present her ball to the other girls in her foursome, stating the brand and noting how it's marked. This pre-round ritual is crucial to the pace and score of a round, as it protects the ball from being lost or switched with another opponent's. My ball is a Srixon Ladies Feel marked with a 4-leaf clover. Chatham High School has molded us into the capable young men and women we are. The same blue and white cougar marks all of us. While many of us are jumping at the opportunity to reinvent ourselves as we enter a new environment with hundreds and thousands of strangers, it's impossible to escape our pasts. We are marked, branded by the past 8 years of our lives together in Chatham, and we should embrace what we've become. Because only in this community could we have become as integral, as intelligent, and as hardworking as we are. Wherever we end up in the next 10 years, carry your mark with you, adding to it as you would a scrapbook. Carry with you the lessons you've learned and the friendships you've made. We are Chatham, and no matter where our lives take us, that fact will remain true. This brings us to part 3, the wrap-up. After 8 years together, from Lafayette onward, we've changed and grown. From 9-year-olds who relied on their parents to pack their school lunches and wash the laundry, we've become every parent's dream, independent adults. They've done their jobs, and now it's time to do ours. Today marks the day that we become accountable to more than just our families and our friends. Today, we become accountable to the world and the changes we wish to see. Now we are endowed with the power to make those changes happen, to make the world a more tolerable, accepting place. So bear your markings with pride, the roughed up edges, the dirt in your grooves, and the insignias marking the places that created you. We may never be shiny and new again, but we will be wiser, stronger, and more integral human beings. In this next stage of our lives, I challenge all of you to choose your golf ball wisely. Find a healthy balance between working hard and playing hard. Try to limit the number of nicks on your shell and learn from the ones you acquire. The game of golf, just like the game of life, is dependent on your willingness to improve. Thank you.
Each year, the senior class votes for a staff member to be recognized for the Distinguished Teacher Award. This year's recipient has had a positive impact on many of our seniors this year, as his elective course is one of our more popular offerings. This year's Distinguished Teacher plaque reads, "The Distinguished Teacher Award is presented by the graduating class of 2015 with sincere appreciation for commanding our attention, capturing our curiosity, and engaging our love of learning. The senior class has selected Mr. Ronald Deloach." 'Cause 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 ' I'd like to begin the recognition of the Chatham High School Class of 2015 Senior Scholarship recipients by presenting the Principal's Cup to our valedictorian, Sarah Brady Etheridge. And our salutatorian, Cameron Michael Blazowski. Mrs. Patterson will continue announcing our scholarships and the recipients. I ask that you hold your applause until the last scholarship is announced, when all recipients will stand to be recognized as a group.
Good evening. I am definitely honored to be the one to share the names of the local scholarship recipients. Many of them are surprises, and I have a pretty good vantage point to see the student reaction, so I'm very pleased. But before I do that, I would just like to say to the seniors that whether I call your name or not, I am very proud of your many achievements, both individual and collective. You are each worthy of recognition, thus this wonderful commencement celebration. You are truly ready for what lies ahead, and I feel privileged to have witnessed some of what has brought you here tonight. Enjoy, be safe, and best wishes for much happiness and success in your future. If you would please stand to be recognized when I call your name. The American Legion Post number 92 Scholarship is presented to Savannah Brooke Zinser. The Art League of the Chathams, Colby Michael Browning Dorn. Brett Carlton Barth Admirable Student Award, David Cameron Kirsch. Susan G. Bronstein Memorial World Language Scholarship, Edison Casino Sierra. Carmela Cecere Music Scholarship, Melissa Shirley Danitz. Chatham Area Chamber of Commerce Scholarship, Kyung Jae Lee. Chatham High School Athletic Boosters Most Accomplished Athlete Scholarships, William James Mitchell and Emily Christina Walchuk. Chatham High School Athletic Boosters Harvey Cohen Scholarship, Isabel Leslie Chin. Chatham Borough Scholarship, Edison Casino Sierra. Chatham Community Players Lee E. Nordholm Scholarship, Adam Samuel Novak. Chatham Education Association Scholarship, Julian Maxwell Blanchard. Chatham Education Foundation Scholarships, Cameron Michael Blazowski and Emily Christina Walchuk. The Chatham Emergency Squad Scholarship, Megan Riley Enslow. The Chatham Fish-A-Whack Festival Incorporated Scholarship, Madeline Blaine Phelan. The Chatham High School PTO Scholarships, Cameron Michael Blazowski, Kyle Burns, Olivia Chow Diaz Saavedra, Julia Lauren DeSalvio, Sarah Brady Etheridge, Kelly Teresa Haran, and Brian Critchley Weber. The Chatham Historical Society Margaret Kiesler Scholarship, Anastasia Nicole Arvanites. The Chatham JC's scholarships: Cameron Michael Blazowski, Madeline Blaine Phelan, and Brett Michael Tingley. The Democratic Scholarship Committee of the Chatham Scholarship: Anna Olivia DeZenzo. The Greater Lafayette Classic Service Scholarships: Justin Samuel Corbett, Madeline Carey Eichart. The Green Village Volunteer Fire Department Scholarships: Shelby Mealy, Amanda Marie Palma. The Jonathan Harper Scholarship: Jesse Tyler Schmidt. The Vivian K. Hill School District of the Chathams County College of Morris Scholarships: Matthew Alexander Gibbons, Patrick James Traynor. The Austin O. Huey Scholarships of the Community Foundation of New Jersey: Skylar Ann Schwartz, Maya Kido Stevenson. The Investors Bank Scholarship Chatham Branch: Anna Mae Lynn. Patricia Jones Scholarship: Sarah H. Prill. Madison Lodge, number 93, Free and Accepted Masons, Philip T. Sproul Scholarship: Morgan Elizabeth Sullivan. Patrolman Anthony J. Pariso Scholarship: Andrew John Sordillo. The Chatham Kiwanis Scholarships: Andy Lee Chin, Anna Olivia DeZenzo. The Chatham Music and Theater Boosters Scholarships for band: Anthony Vincent Palma. The Choral Scholarship: Anastasia Nicole Arvanites. For orchestra: Lawrence Wong. Theater Scholarship: Elizabeth Marie Costello. Multiple Discipline Scholarships: Matthew E. Furtakos, Devin Nancy Padell. Chatham Milburn Short Hills Rotary Scholarships: Madeline Blaine Phelan and Andrew John Sordilla. Chatham Township PBA Scholarships: Anthony Vincent Palma and Olivia Polisi. The Chatham Township Republican Committee Charles R. Clark Scholarship: Anna Olivia DeZenzo. The Beth Kuhn Clark Scholarship: Kristen Majorano. The Paul E. Harris Memorial Great Reunion Award: Ibar Naledi Cotto Calderon. Nicholas F. Rizzo Fine Arts Scholarship: Ingrid Elizabeth Herner. The Ruth Family Scholarship for the Performing Arts: Derek C. Walsh. Edward Joseph E.J. Schmeltz Scholarship: Michael Gregory Mulford. Lewis R. Sheets Scholarships: DeBryn Conlon Casey and Laurel Jade Monks. The Stephen Yohei Scholarships: Miles Wade Michelle and Patrick James Traynor. The Peter W. Stoser Scholarship: Richard Louis Leffler. The Women's Club of Chatham Scholarships: Isabel Leslie Chin, Anna Olivia DeZenzo, Julia Lauren DeSalvio, Jacqueline Caitlin Eng, and Gabrielle Eileen Omelchek.
Good evening. Tonight's a special evening for Chatham High School, our seniors and their families. Tonight's the final chapter of our seniors' high school career as they're recognized for their efforts during their 13 years of schooling. It's a time for celebrating, but it's also a time for reflecting. Over the last month or so, I've been thinking about the message I wanted to deliver to our seniors as they prepare for what lies ahead. In looking for motivation, I thought about each of the messages I had delivered to them in the past. Each year, we kicked off the school year with a class meeting. Although some of the information that is shared is consistent between grade levels, there was a message in each meeting that was grade-specific. In the spring of 2011, I met the seniors for the first time at their 8th grade orientation. That orientation was to share with them how things were going to be different in the high school from what they had experienced in the middle school. We talked about the freedom that is a part of being a student at Chatham High School and the responsibilities that comes along with that freedom. We encouraged the 8th graders to observe the upperclassmen and how they conduct themselves in the classroom and around the building. On their second day of high school, they had their first class meeting as high schoolers. They made it through their first day of school and the common lunch. In that class meeting, we encouraged them to join clubs and to become a part of the school community outside the classroom, and expressed to them that it would take little time for them to become comfortable and acclimate to the high school. They were going to face different challenges as 9th graders, but with hard work and honest effort, we were confident that they would persevere when things became difficult. In their sophomore and junior class meetings, we reminded them about expectations for the school year. We encouraged them to continue to work hard and reminded them of the importance of making good decisions. What they would do over the next 2 years would have an effect on what will be available to them in their future. In the short term, we were speaking about open campus and senior privileges. In the longer term, we were talking about college acceptance and job placement. The 3rd year of high school is the point at which students focus on relationships which have been built with their peers, teachers, and in some cases, employers. A maturity has developed that has them not only able to recognize and follow good leaders, but to also lead when appropriate. The ability to interact with different types of people independently is realized. The majority of our senior class meeting was about finishing their high school career with the same focus as the first 3 years. We expressed how proud we were of them for their accomplishments and encouraged them to continue to make good decisions throughout senior year. We wanted our seniors to be proud of what they had done as students at CHS and continue to take pride in the things they choose to do as they prepare for their last year in high school. Senior year would offer a lot more independence, and it was important that they gain this experience prior to life after high school. After taking a step back and reflecting on the message of each meeting, my message for tonight became clear. Seniors, this is your last class meeting. I remind you of the importance of people, pride, and perseverance had been the focus over the last 4 years and should continue to be your focus as you strive for continued success. The need to communicate and collaborate with others is more important than ever before. The ability to work productively with other people, whether it's your classmate or colleagues, will usually yield greater results. You developed the skill over the last 4 years as you engaged in a variety of collaborative assignments, both inside and outside the classroom. A feeling of pride is a recognition of a job well done. This pride can represent what you've accomplished or be your respect for what someone else has accomplished. It's often a motivator for one to continue to work diligently and to remain focused on a positive result. A sense of pride has been evident in the detail that many of you have put into your academics, in support that you've had for one another at different school events, and in the way you've represented yourselves as members of Chatham High School. That same feeling of pride will steer you in the right direction when making decisions in the future. Possibly the most important theme or message that has brought you to graduation night and will continue to drive you to achieve success is perseverance. Perseverance is defined as a steadfastness in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. CHS sets high standards and has great expectations for all of our students. I fully expect that each of you can look back at the last 4 years and identify times when you were faced with challenges which may have been overwhelming. Whether each situation turned out as you had hoped, you are graduating from Chatham High School this evening because you faced those challenges, learned from them, and persevered. Your next transition begins tomorrow, as it did on that second day of school in September of 2011. Leaving CHS for a new beginning will bring anxiety and wonder. Get involved. Observe how things work. Get to know different people. Recognize good leaders and strive to become one. Take pride in all that you do. It's that pride that will drive you to do great things well. Finally, when you're faced with challenges, some which may feel too great to overcome, in the words of Jimmy Valvano, don't give up, don't ever give up. You will persevere. Thank you for what you've brought to Chatham High School, and I wish you the best of luck. Dr. LaSousa, I present to you the class of 2015.
Thank you, Mr. Groh. Congratulations, graduates. Congratulations to your teachers and your parents who have brought you to this moment tonight. Like Mr. Groh said, this is a night of celebration and also a time for reflection. So I will share a few thoughts with you. A few weeks ago, like Mr. Groh, when I was thinking about what to focus on for this evening's speech, I was at home doing the bedtime routine with my kids. And after reading a few chapters of one of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, I sent my kids to the bathroom to brush their teeth, and I turned on the TV to check the score of the Yankees game. And it was a commercial on the Yes Network, so I flipped through the channels, and I landed upon a replay of the Bruce Jenner interview with Diane Sawyer. And I left it on, and one of my boys, about a minute later, came out of the bathroom, and he looked up at the TV, and it was right at a moment where they were showing photographs from Mr. Jenner in his Olympic days. And one of the photographs in particular was of Mr. Jenner with his own son at a beach or a pool. They were enjoying themselves and smiling, playing around. My son looked up at the TV, and he said, "Dad, that looks like you." And I said, as a matter of fact, when that photograph was taken, that man was considered one of the best athletes in the world, and he won the gold medal at the decathlon in the Olympics. And I explained to him what the decathlon was, and he said to me, "No, Dad, I meant the boy in the photograph looked like you." And it was an ironic reminder that the way other people perceive us isn't always the way we perceive ourselves. And I mention that tonight because I think that there are a few times in life that represent truly unique opportunities for you to remake who you are, to try to better match the perception, or at least bring the perception that others have of you more in alignment with how you want to be perceived. My high school baseball coach used to tell us that there is a better you deep inside of you waiting to come out. When you all arrive at college in about 2 months, or you join the armed forces, or you venture off into another walk of life, when you get there, no one is going to know who you are. And you can change the way others perceive you if you want. I don't suspect that many or any of you may seek out a transformation as dramatic as the former Olympian. And I doubt that any of you are as delusional as I was in thinking that my 9-year-old boy thought I was a 6'2" strapping former gold medalist. But there are real and tangible ways that you might want to consider redefining who you are, to be more like that better you that's inside. For example, maybe over the past 4 years, you've wished you took your studies a little bit more seriously. When you arrive at college in 2 months, you can be the card-carrying, most serious kid on campus if you want. Conversely, if maybe you've had a little bit too much anxiety or have been too worried about your grades in high school, maybe when you arrive at college in 2 months, it's a time to loosen up and let your hair down. And of course, all of us, we all can be kinder and more generous with those around us and whom we love. So if I had to leave you with just a few words of advice and encouragement, it would be to dig down and be the better you. And with that, members of the Board of Education, School District of the Chathams, I hereby certify that the class of 2015 seated before me have met all graduation requirements set forth by the New Jersey Department of Education and the Board of Education of the School District of the Chathams. Congratulations again.
Sarah Brady Etheridge.
Julian Maxwell Blanchard.
Cameron Michael Blazowski.
Elizabeth Marie Castello.
Matthew Edward Furtakos.
Matthew Sutter Farrell.
Mark W. Kelstrom.
Rebecca Wang.
Derek C. Walsh.
Devin Nancy Padell.
Brian Christopher Agnew.
Hunter Raymond Aconi.
Anthony James Albanese.
Jason Douglas Aarons.
Kevin Mark Allen.
Christopher John Albanese.
Jose Maria Alvarado V.
Lindsay Victoria Aloya.
Jonathan Araya Solis.
Anthony Amaral.
Courtney Marie All.
Anastasia Nicole Arvanites.
Madison Brooke Bancroft.
Amanda Bala.
Daniel Helk Barkhorn.
Nicholas Adrian Barbet.
Gunnar Philip Basile.
William Sherman Barnett.
Caitlin Inez Beebe.
Noah David Baskin.
Joshua Kenta Bloom.
Evan Dunn Bernard.
Marisa Bracco.
Victoria Amanda Borriello.
Rebecca Starr Bristol.
Michael William Briggs.
Hannah Elizabeth Brogan.
Haley Elizabeth Brock.
Colby Michael Browning Dorn.
Justin Dorian York Brown.
Noelle Catherine Berger.
Megan Buckley.
Kyle Burns.
Catherine Burns.
Michael Robert Byrne.
Harold Nicholas Butler.
Morgan Catherine Callahan.
Brett Allen Kane.
Daniel Tristan Capabianca.
William Severs Calvert.
Richard Paul Carroll.
Gianna Mariel Villamore Coronin.
Patrick John Caulfield Jr.
Bryn Conlon Casey.
Andy Lee Chin.
Dalton James Chamberlain.
Trevor Stanley Chin.
Isabel Leslie Chin.
Shay Catherine Chickarone.
Kelly Ann Churchill. Now,
Grace Diane Conti.
Madeline Marie Clark.
Justin Samuel Corbett.
Mark Anthony Conwell Jr.
Sophia Michelle Cotignola.
Margot Grace Cosgrove.
Julianne Marie Krigler.
Ibar Noilati Kodo Calderon.
Tyra Darwala.
Melissa Shirley Danitz.
Graham Dolbear Delaney.
Jonathan Patrick Davis.
Edward Nicholas Dennerline.
Trevor Francis Delaney.
Marissa Ann Dieters.
Christopher Emerson DeSanti.
Julia Lauren DeSalvio.
Anna Olivia DeZenzo.
Bridget Irene Downey.
Olivia Chow Diaz Saavedra.
Henry Robert Drury.
Margaret Ann Driscoll.
Harris Robert Eisenhart.
Giselle Elizabeth Easton.
Megan Ridley Enslow.
Jacqueline Caitlin Eng.
Cole Whittier Evans.
William Copeland Erickson Jr.
Regan Scott Farnan.
Rebecca Ann Fabian.
Mary Cara Farraker.
Kenneth Michael Farraker Jr.
Sophia A. Feely.
Hannah Nash Feckner.
Anthony Michael Ferraro.
Samantha Lord Fair.
Olivia Genevieve Fontes.
Liam Marshall Flanagan.
Ethan Robert Franklin.
Sean Patrick Foy.
Matthew Alexander Gibbons.
Jonathan Anthony Garcia.
Philip Michael Glassner Jr.
Chelsea Renee Gilligan.
Nicola Goals.
Daniel James Goldschmidt.
Jillian Gosling.
Ryan Alexander Gonzalez.
Kelsey A. Granitsky.
Brian Patrick Graham.
Megan Elizabeth Gunther.
Matthew James Grilly.
Marissa Victoria Guerrero.
Lauren Juliana Guerrero.
Samantha McCarthy Guider.
Dominic Peter Gaida.
Ian Richard Higgins.
Evan Joseph Guinan.
Pamela Rose Hanley.
Andrew Corey Halliburton.
Anne Elizabeth Harris.
Kathleen Elizabeth Harrigan.
Grant Raymond Hauk.
Kylie Alexis Hartzell.
Samuel Robert Henrici.
Philip Zachary Heller.
Bridget Ann Hickey.
Christian Alexander Hibbard.
Ingrid Elizabeth Herner.
Lucas Kavanaugh Higgins.
Justin Hoovey.
Kelly Teresa Haran.
Lawrence Wang.
Justine Shu.
Camille Nguyen.
Austin Huffman.
Morgan Craig Ingraham.
Madeline Carey Eichart.
Matthew S. Iosa.
Christine Prado Inzerillo.
Sabrina Harley Junqua.
Carolyn Elizabeth Johnson.
Jacqueline Marie Kaiser.
Paul George Deemer.
Simon Frederick Gideon Kay.
Stephen James Kamenek III.
Ryan Vincent Keller.
Nicole Jacqueline Kay.
Emmanuel J. King.
Kelly Ann Kennedy.
Esben Bach Clarlin.
David Cameron Kirsch.
Alexandra Noel Lappin.
Grace Julia LaHood.
Caitlin Lee.
Audrey Ann Lee.
Ryder Jungjin Lee.
Kyungjae Lee.
Zachary Jungsung Lee.
Taeho Lee.
Seth Emmanuel Layens.
Richard Louis Leffler.
Eric Carl Leota.
Anna Mae Lin.
Maureen Mary Lowe.
Scott Stephen Lavelle.
Andrew George Macchia.
Jack Francis Lynch.
Catherine Claire McGuire.
Ella Louise Maddie.
Kristen Meyrano.
Gregory Allen Ma.
Michael Anthony Marcelli.
Taylor Beth Maloney.
John Alec Marsden.
John Baptiste Mariano III.
Julia Mazzola.
Shay Catherine Matta.
Kevin James McKiernan.
Krista Diane McKenzie.
Robert Anthony Melchiona.
Michael Manish Mehta.
Jason Jules Meyer.
Alexander Thomas Metrokavich.
Miles Wade Michelle.
Sophie Caroline Mahalik.
William James Mitchell.
Shelby Cynthia Mealy.
Huda Mosen.
Hans Forum Moeller.
Morgan Patricia Monson.
Laurel Jade Monks.
Melody Ann Muir.
Charlotte Elizabeth Morrissey.
Connor James Murray.
Michael Gregory Mulford.
Christopher John Nickerson.
Anna Elizabeth Nachtigal.
Emma Marie O'Connor.
Adam Samuel Novak.
Margaret Sullivan O'Neill.
Jack Marshall O'Connor.
Gabrielle Eileen Olmolchek.
Patrick Ryan Orr.
Amanda Marie Palma.
Keenan Lee Ong.
William James Palma.
Anthony Vincent Palma.
Bridget Hathaway Palumbo.
Dana Mary Palmisano.
Yannick Parsh.
Haley Judith Parks.
Peter Landon Paulson.
Alexandra Quinn Pashenko.
Brooke Ashley Pentney.
Paige Alyssa Pendergrast.
Madeline Blaine Phelan.
Olivia Jane Perlmutter.
Olivia Polisi.
Christopher Michael Peasy.
Marie Frances Masomas Jaklowski.
Sarah Hannah Prill.
Mara C. Quinn.
Edison Quiseno Sierra.
Genevieve Story Redgate.
Thomas Joseph Rea.
John W. Rendina.
Stephanie Valerie Renard.
Catherine Emma Ritchie.
Robert Bradley Rhodes.
Graham Michael Ritter.
James Andrew Ritchie.
Emmanuel S. Rodriguez.
Kate Ariadne Robertson.
Alexandra Siwana Ruth.
Isabel Faye Roth.
Isabella Francis Saluti.
Daniel Francis Ryan.
Antonio Sanin Guana.
Jaithi Sommer.
Jesse Tyler Schmidt.
Jeffrey John Schindler.
Skylar Ann Schwartz.
Catherine Emma Schmitter.
William Spencer Shee.
Merrick Taylor Seltz.
Andrew John Sordillo.
Elizabeth Silvera.
Lauren Beth Strigley.
Emily Sophia Straczynski.
Catherine E. Steffens.
Zachary Lustberg St. Romain.
Shelby Hollingsworth Stinson.
Maya Keto Stevenson.
Kimberly Stiple.
Matthew James Stubeck.
Morgan Elizabeth Sullivan.
Kyle Patrick Sullivan.
Tristan Michael Thomas.
Danielle Brianna Terzer.
Brett Michael Tingley.
Evan William Thompson.
Matthew Joseph Talajan.
Alexander Michael Tono.
Patrick James Trainer.
Robert Toscano.
Emily Nicole Taffarello.
Michaela Mary Truillo.
Michael Stephen Reed Twentyman.
Charlotte Elizabeth Tully.
Lauren Marie Ventresca.
Michael Anthony Valenti.
Emily Christina Walchick.
Emily Kathleen Visco.
Brian Chrisley Weber.
Laura Ann Walsh.
Mark Evans Winter.
Paul Williams.
Jared Michael Wood.
Susan Elizabeth Walsh. Savannah Brooke Zinzer.
Wow. Well done, everybody. Congratulations. It's really an honor and a privilege to address you as the President of the Board of Education, and I promise not to abuse that by going on too long. I especially can't go on too long because as my son crossed the stage, he informed me that he has to use the restroom. So I wish I was kidding. So I promised to be very brief, and I just wanted to take a moment to address the graduates and remind you how hard you have worked over the last 12 years. And I know there's some engineering majors out there saying, you know what, Mrs. Weber, it's really 13 if you count kindergarten, but really it was half day. And maybe the last couple months, you maybe took your foot off the gas a little bit, but in between that time, you worked so hard, and you have overcome so many challenges. Some you won't even remember, and some were probably so daunting that you may never ever forget them. Back in the fall, I read the Divergent series, actually on the recommendation of one of your teachers, and they talk a lot about fear in the Dauntless faction. And the author makes a point of saying, there's a difference between overcoming your fear and doing something in spite of your fear. So it's this last point I want to touch on just for a moment, doing something in spite of your fear. To be clear, I don't mean that if you're afraid of heights that the roof of your dorm should be your new favorite study spot. It's not what I'm saying at all. But what I am saying is, step outside your comfort zone. If you spent the last, 4, 5, 6, 7 years in a rehearsal hall for the performing arts, if you want to, take on new challenges. If you want to join a team or a club or start a club. And conversely, if you've been an all-year-round athlete for all of your lives that you can remember, and your roommate at college happens to be the next George Lucas, and they say, hey, you want to be in my play? You might want to step outside your comfort zone and take that on in spite of your fear. Now, here's the thing. Life is going to throw challenges at you that you have no control over. That will never end. But the nice thing is, going forward, the challenges that you choose to take on are yours. The path that you choose is yours. Not your teachers, not your friends, not even your parents, not your roommates, your hallmates. The choices are totally yours. Now, that's not to say you're on your own at all. The teachers that you've met along the way and the ones you're about to meet very shortly in your future, they have literally dedicated their professional lives to helping you. So lean on them, use them, continue using them as a support system. Your friends around you, they will always be a huge part of your life. And of course, your parents and your family, they will support you no matter what. Always, always, always. So over the next several years, as challenges come on you, please take these on in spite of your fears. When you find something that you love to do, your fear will turn into passion. So continue to be kind to each other, continue to treat each other with respect, and do something in spite of your fear. Thank you very much. Graduating class of 2015. Oh, please move your tassels from right to left, and congratulations on your graduation. Throw them.